What is good, guys? Before we get into the football talk, I want to talk about the elephant in the room here. The halftime show with Bad Bunny. It was definitely a cultural, phenomenon, I guess you can say. But what it was really special to me because I remember being an immigrant and moving to the United States and listening to the early days of reggaeton, when it was not even reggaeton, it was basically Spanish rap. So, I'm just speaking on my behalf. 30 years later, this genre has taken off, and now we are in the Super Bowl. So I cannot stress that enough. Anyways, here's the video of us talking about the Super Bowl. Yes, the Patriots lost, but we won in our hearts, the Latin culture. So let's get it on. Welcome to the same podcast. So I'm your co-host, Sirik, and I'm always joined by my co-host, Ron. What up, Ron?
What's going on?
We talk about the National Football League on a weekly basis, including the playoffs. Ron, we just had, this is, by the way, episode 150. We just saw the Super Bowl yesterday. Today it's Monday the 9th, which, by the way, is also my brother's birthday, so happy birthday to him. So, Ron, let's try to break down, let's just, what you saw. What did you see last night?
I saw one team that belonged and another team that probably did not. And now I say that not because the Patriots should not have represented the AFC. I think they should have. But I just think the NFC had so much more talent, coming out of the NFC than the AFC, and the Patriots were just like completely outmatched from the start of the game all the way to the end.
Somebody said that the Super Bowl was actually the Rams Seahawks, and this was just kind of like a afterthought.
Yeah,
because everyone was picking the Seahawks.
Yeah,
right.
And they talked about it this morning on the Morning Football. It's not just the Rams. I think if you looked at almost every playoff team from the NFC, they probably, if they were in the Super Bowl, they probably would have beat the Patriots. Like most of those teams in the NFC, even Detroit that did not make the playoffs probably would have beaten the Patriots.
I don't know because Green Bay, they let that one. They played one half was not good, and then they played a good half. Maybe Chicago, yes, I don't know about Philadelphia. They had a lot of issues.
That's true.
I think, you can broadly say that they're represented for the AFC. And when that Denver guy said it, I was like, but you had Jarrett Stidham. Like, you couldn't say that you were the best team, because that day you were not the best team.
Yeah. And if Denver would have made it, they would have got their doors blown off too. That's the point I'm making about the AFC. I just think Seattle and the Rams, for sure, are two teams that were better than any AFC team. We probably need to go back and look at how we had our final rankings, but I'm pretty sure it was heavily towards the NFC. The last, top 10 teams, our last rankings, for sure.
Well, I know that at the beginning of the season, I picked Baltimore to win it all, but obviously I would have never thought that the season would go how it did, where Joe Burrow was out. Josh Allen was playing with bad foot. There was no there was no Pat Mahomes to represent. So yes, I would agree that the AFC was the weak link in the Super Bowl. However, we talked about Sam Darnold, we don't trust him. It's not like he played a great game, because if you look at the stats, you think, oh man, this guy, he just one touchdown. But I think that under pressure, he did much better.
Yeah.
Much better than Drake.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into your performance than just statistics. And did he have his best game? No. He missed some throws that I think could have like made this a completely it could have been a blowout if he had connected on like some of the throws that he missed. Having said that, the way he worked in the pocket, was able to move around, throw under pressure. He was under intense pressure. Patriots defense came out to play. The way he used his legs when he needed to pick up important yards running the football. I thought he played a good game. It wasn't a perfect game. Like I said, I think he missed some throws, but it was good enough to win. And he avoided the mistake, right? The big mistake of an interception or a fumble or anything like that, which I thought, just based on what I've seen from him this year, even in, again, you can't just look at the statistics. I thought he did a much better job all year, this year and last season, taking care of the football than he did, in his time with the Jets. On the other hand, Drake May, I thought it was almost like you kind of expected at some point for him to fumble the ball or to throw an interception. Because when it comes to taking care of the ball, he's just, he doesn't do that yet. Now, next year, the year after, maybe he'll learn to have better ball security. But I thought, at some point he'd probably have a turnover this game.
I compared it to when Cam Newton, 2015, when he faced the Denver Broncos, and that Super Bowl, he froze. Every mistake that you can think of happened to him on that game. And Drake May, same thing, he just froze.
Yeah,
I think the lights were too bright for him. He was under pressure. He held onto the ball way too long. But
he was under a lot of pressure. That offensive line was atrocious, especially
Cam.
We
knew, right?
Yeah.
We knew that the offensive line.
But it's hard to win games playing like that. And honestly, you and I talked about this already. If you go back to the start of the postseason, they have not played well offensively. They were scoring 10 points on offense, but the defense was bailing them out, scoring touchdowns and everything. But they're all offensively, the last few games and into the postseason, offensively, it's been a struggle because of the protection mainly. Not so much May. He's been up and down, yes, but because of the protection has been an issue. I just think it all hit the fan.
Yes, it's at the worst time, but you can tell. See, I thought that for some reason this 2 weeks was gonna do something for them.
Yeah.
But in reality, you don't really get 2 weeks. Let's be honest, because you have to do so much press, and that Super Bowl week is really just about dumb questions do you like tacos instead of burgers? They're really you're not really preparing yourself as a player. Maybe the coaches are and just running along, but I was okay, you're gonna have 2 weeks to prepare. You should at least show flashes. I know that he's not a first half type of player, but once that third quarter started and they were 3 and out, I was this is not gonna happen.
He was under a lot of pressure, and it was in his head, I think, for sure at some point. But it wasn't one issue with the line. I know Campbell got the worst of it, but the guard too was terrible. The center wasn't that great. He was just under a lot of duress the entire game, and it took him out of it mentally. And I think in the third quarter, he got into a little bit of a rhythm, but that interception that he threw was just so off. That was just back-breaking, and that was the end of the road.
Not only that, but I mean, he was the leading rusher for the whole team. And
yeah. When we did the rank, I told you, defensive line, they're different for sure, and I gave the edge to the Patriots, but Seattle's defense is really, really good. They might look different, but those guys, you saw how their secondary played off the first quarter. 2 sacks from the defensive back, Witherspoon. Those guys can cover, they can hit, they can, tackle.
Once they figured out that you can blitz anytime you wanted to and get to the quarterback, it was game over.
Yeah. But I thought the Patriots did a very, very, very good job on defense, not letting it like get away from them, because it was only 9-0, at halftime, and it was only, 12-0 after. So it's not like the Patriots were completely out of it. It's just that offensively they just couldn't get anything doing. But the defense for the Patriots, I thought they played really well.
I knew after 3 quarters that there was no hope. They were not gonna make a comeback, because you knew that unless you fix the line or unless you make the adjustment at halftime where you're like, okay, you're only gonna take 3 steps and get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
That never happened. Never happened.
If you were to look at the statistics, you would look at the box score and say we should not be passing 43 times and only running 18 times. And of that 18, 13 of it be by the running backs and 5 by your quarterback. I think they realized early that they were not going to have any success running the ball against that defense, and they made a decision to try to pass. But those passes, the pass attempts, it were like long developing plays, and you, with a bad offensive line, you got to get the ball out like quickly. And I thought they should have ran like more screens, more like quick, slants or something, because the pressure was just like so intense. You had no chance if you were holding the ball too long.
Drake May had a bad day. The offensive line had a bad day. And then at halftime, the adjustments just never came.
Yeah.
So you can dish out the blame 3 ways. You can say, the offensive line, Drake May, Josh McDaniels, and you can, take your pick.
Yeah.
The point is that, like you said, every playoff game, the offense kept getting worse and worse. And you were like, okay, well, 2 weeks, they'll have something to fix it. But I felt like that never happened.
Yeah.
And you compound that plus the injury to his shoulders. Like, it's the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like everyone's hurt.
Right.
But I feel like he took a lot of shots. I mean,
he took some shots. Yeah.
21 sacks. That's more than Joe Burrow's 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So next year, maybe things will change. But like, hey, you cannot take these hits.
You got to fix the offensive line. That has to be a priority. And we'll talk a little bit about what they need to do this offseason. But, when you get into this level of competition, it's not okay to say, yeah, my tackle's okay, just okay. No, you need to be really, really good at this level, because you're going against guys and teams that are unbelievable. Seattle's been the best team all season, all year. Maybe once or twice we thought maybe the Rams were better, but no, I thought Seattle was the best team all season. And when you're going against like elite all-pro guys, you can't have average or below average in the Patriots case. Offensive line, you got to have really good guys that can hold up in pass protection and be able to block.
Seattle did something smart, because last year it was Geno, right? Geno was the quarterback, and I don't think they even made it to the conference championship.
Yeah.
And then they just switched quarterbacks, so that we need a better quarterback. They went to Sam Darnold, and it's not like this was an MVP type season. Maybe at first, all he did was, I'm gonna be better than Geno.
Yeah. He facilitated the game perfectly.
Yep.
And they ran the ball. I did not expect Walker to have that good of a game against Patriots defense, but like I said, I thought he was the best running back on the field, and he was going to be, and it was going to be difficult, to pay enough attention to him where you're not like giving something away on the passing side now.
Well, even when they lost JSN for a couple of quarters, and they were like, okay, they're not gonna pass.
Right.
Kenneth Walker still did his thing.
Yeah.
Like, there were times where we were like, that's Le'Veon Bell type stuff.
But I've seen it, but I saw it last year. Not so much this year, because he was not healthy this year. But last year I saw it, and then towards the end of the season, I'm like, okay, this guy's healthy. He looks like himself. And I still don't know if it, and they do a good job where they don't And I think the NFL is just going this way, to be honest. You don't want one running back taking the entire load. You want to share it with multiple running backs because it's a long season and it's just difficult to do. So, but I thought he did a great job the last couple games without Charbonnet playing. And there were a couple times he looked tired in the game, but he was just, Patriots had no answer for him whatsoever.
No, even if you take away those 2 long runs of 29 and 30, he still have 70 something yards by himself.
And the Patriots don't have anything equivalent to that. Stevenson's not the guy. Stevenson's a perfect big guy, like plotter, gets you 4 yards every play. Takes him like 20 carries to put up like good statistics. And then Henderson, home run hitter, but he's not a power runner at all. He doesn't break a lot of tackles or anything like that. So,
he's definitely like an open field.
Yeah.
And I think in the second half they tried, giving him like, those running backs play where they just toss the ball to him, but he wasn't really doing a lot with it. So
I thought they should have did more of that at the beginning. So, Henderson, I thought they needed to figure out how to get him in space more. Give him revert. I thought they tried to do that with Demario Douglas a little bit. And I think a couple attempts to like Kyle Williams. Those are your guys that can make big plays. You need to get them the ball in space. That was the only way I thought they can make a big explosive play, and they just could not hit on any of that.
And they played zone defense basically the entire game because 4 people up front can get to the quarterback. So they were like, why do we need to, unless it's, they were blitzing them first and second down and then just be like, okay, well, it's 3rd and long. You're not going to fit in this window because we're going to get to you no matter what. So
exactly.
Was the point. So, I mean, when you look at Drake May's number, you're like, oh, wow, he 2 touchdowns over 250, but that was in garbage.
Yeah, that's why you can't just look at stats. You got to look at the entire game.
However, those 6 sacks, those stand out.
Yeah, absolutely. And could have been worse, to be honest with you. A couple throwaways that he had on top of the 6 sacks. There were times he was able to get the ball out, but, to nobody. He was just under duress a lot. And he looked a little bit like it was in his head and didn't know how to work his way out of it. But he's a 2nd-year player. It's a big stage. The Super Bowl is a huge stage. Your coordinator, like you said, has to figure out how to help him out. And I don't think they did a good job of putting together a good plan for him. And he needs, he'll grow from it. I think he'll be better in the future for sure. You got to go through your trials and tribulations sometime before you can get to be an elite player. So
no, there's definitely room to grow. The extra long halftime would have indicated to me like Josh McDaniels needs to come out with plan B, plan C, and it seemed like he didn't know what to do. Like he was, I don't know, it was very strange. But what did you think about what McDonald was doing with his offense? Because it basically seemed like he didn't want to change anything. Even after he lost JSN, he was like, no, just feed it to Cup. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's how he's been like all year, really. I thought, he was a little bit conservative when I think he realized, okay, Patriots aren't going to do much. I think he dialed it back a little bit, but he stuck to his plan, and that's what he's done all season. They stayed balanced. 32 rush attempts, 38 pass. That's been Seattle all year long. They stayed balanced. I thought he did a good job with staying with the run, trying to keep Darnold out of like 3rd and long situations, because the times that Patriots got, especially in the first half, got him in 3rd and longs. That's when Darnold kind of struggled a little bit. But I just thought I thought they did a pretty good job offensively with the game plan. They put up 22 points on offense. The other was a defensive touchdown. So it was a good enough job. And like I said, I think you just got to give Seattle credit. They were just a much better team.
They were the better team.
Period. Yeah.
I mean, if you play this game 10 times, I think Seattle wins it all.
Yeah.
Because they're just that good.
Yeah.
And, Drake he made a lot of mistakes, and he would just, instead of, I'm not talking about happy feet, because I think Sam Darnold got some of that. There were some throws that he probably I should have not thrown that. And for some reason, the Patriots dropped. Like, there was a Marcus Jones that should have been picked. There was another Gonzo that should have been picked.
Which one? Yeah. That one was late.
But that's what I'm saying is there was some chances there.
Yeah.
But it was, the Patriots dropped them. I mean, other than the defense playing good, other than the defense playing good, I think the special teams played actually. The kicker for Seattle was really
incredible.
Good.
Yeah,
really good.
I mean, special teams is so important. Whether it comes to kick returning and field positioning, he did an amazing job punting, and he put New England in a tough situation. Having to start inside their 10-yard line so often. It's hard to put together drives from inside your 10 and get points against a good defense. So he was amazing. I think he was really good. And then at the same time, Myers, their kicker, was perfect, I think, right? 5 for 5 or something like that on field goals. So
yeah, he didn't miss field goals. So the special teams came through. And I'm not going to say that New England special teams didn't come through. They just didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
They didn't get a chance.
Yep.
Anytime that it was a kick, Marcus Jones, either let it go or it was out of bounds inside the 20.
And then the one big run was called back. There was a flag on that play.
Yeah, so it's, they just didn't get a chance. But that's what happens with good teams.
Right.
I just felt like if it wasn't for all those field goals, if they would have scored, this would have been an ugly blowout.
Yeah, I think so.
It would have been an ugly, by halftime. Forget about the third quarter. Halftime, it would have been this game is not looking good for.
But I could probably have said that if they would have played Denver, it would have been the same thing. If they would have played Jacksonville, it probably would have been the same thing. If they played the Steelers, for sure, it would have been the same thing. Maybe Buffalo would have been able to put up some points, but Buffalo's defense is terrible, as we've seen, so it probably would have been the same thing. I just think Seattle's, like I said, a much better team than any team in the AFC, and same thing for the Rams. I think if McVay had his team, he knows. It just came down to the Cooper Kupp catch, or that one play, the Rams not being in the Super Bowl for them to win a trophy. But listen, it was a great season regardless, I think, for the Patriots. Certainly for Seattle. I think for the Patriots, a lot to build upon for next year. I think it's going to help it with everyone's confidence to know that, hey, we've been there, we've done this. We'll work to get our way back there. It's not guaranteed, but we know what it takes to get back there. And, we'll see what happens this upcoming year.
I mean, out of these two teams, I would say Seattle will probably be back.
Well, don't forget, Seattle's losing their offensive coordinator now.
Well, yeah, Clint Kubiak is leaving, but I mean, we saw what happened to Detroit.
Walker's a free agent too.
I was Detroit tails.
Yeah.
So maybe, but let's be honest. The reason why they're here is because they had a good defense. But in that division, having a good defense is not enough because everyone's scoring. Yeah. San Francisco can score, LA can score, Arizona, we know they have the issues, but
right.
Yeah, I like Seattle as a team, and as long as they have Sam Darnold there and JSN, I think that they're gonna win some games.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna keep Walker. I mean, why would you let the MVP Super Bowl go?
Yeah.
Why would it? Well,
see how much money he gets in the open market.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But they have a good chance, as good as anybody, to make the playoffs. And then once you get there, you never know. So, as far as the Patriots, I think they've identified where the gaps are. They know offensive line they got to fix. I think going into next year, they probably need to look at some more weapons too, including the running back position, because I don't know how old this guy will be, your running back. I
don't know off the top of my head. I know that, yeah, I would agree, because they don't have any true playmakers, right? Where you can just say, okay, this guy's going deep, or let's toss him the ball and a run around and he'll just run. I don't think they have that.
Yeah.
Trayvon Henderson is not that guy yet.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe open field, yes. And by the way, he actually had 3 receptions. Well, any of your prop bets hit? That's what I'm asking.
So none of my prop bets hit, unfortunately. I mean, the ones that we talked about, like Cooper Kupp, hit individually, but I didn't hit on it because I did a parlay, which I should not have done, and I ended up losing. So I had Cooper Kupp at 3.5. I think he finished with 5 receptions, if I'm not mistaken. So that hit. But what I actually bet on was not only that, I bet on what's his name? Shaheed getting, I think it was like 40 yards, and he had his chance. Like, there were some big shots they took, and Darnold just basically barely missed him.
Yeah, there was some touchdowns that Sam Darnold left on the field.
Yeah.
That Shaheed touchdown, Jason wide open, overthrew him.
Yep. I also bet both the spread that Seattle would cover and the over at 45, and I lost that one. So, you know,
because they were at 42.
Yeah. See, and that's because I thought the Patriots would actually put up
a point,
20 points or something,
No,
no.
The offense was a major letdown. I think. And I'm just thinking, none of my bets hit because I also did a parlay, and it was like something like $10 for like 5,000. That's how much the parlay was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it was because obviously the Patriots were underdogs, so that right there lifted it. But yeah, I mean, looking into the future, like you said, the Patriots need some kind of playmaker, some kind of superstar, home run hitter. And then they just need to fix that offensive line. And I don't think you can do it via draft. I think you have to get a tackle free agent.
Yeah.
And right up top of my head, I don't know who's available.
Right.
Because, like you said, those don't grow on trees, right?
Yeah. It's a tough position to find people.
Tough. But yeah, I mean, maybe get a little bbit younger on the defense, on the linebackers, maybe.
That's linebackers. The other, I think, issue with that team. When I look at the middle linebacker position, you gotta find some replay, get someone faster, quicker that can cover and still tackle as good as well as Spillane can tackle. Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I'm like disappointed, but at the same time, it was a great season. It was a great turnaround. I mean, 4 wins last year to 14 this year. No, because they won 3 games in the playoffs, right? So we're talking about 17 games. That's a huge turnaround.
Yeah.
But I'm disappointed because the defense was good enough, and the offense was just non-existent.
Yeah.
Non-existent. You were there. The fourth quarter, I started cleaning up.
Yeah.
I didn't even see.
That's what I was like, okay, I might as well. It's time for me to go.
Yeah, because I didn't even, the 2 touchdowns I just saw in the highlights. I was like, oh, they're good for him.
Yeah.
He's padded his numbers.
Yeah.
But at least it wasn't a goose egg. Because that was my worry. As soon as Collinsworth was like, nobody has ever been
shut out
in the Super Bowl, I was like, oh, are we getting shut out in the Super Bowl? Are we going to
possibility. It was a possibility.
He said that, I think in the 3rd or 4th quarter, I know the Patriots hadn't scored.
Right.
And I was like, oh, are we going to get the goose egg and go in the history books?
Yeah.
But no, Patriots are in the history book for something else, right?
Yeah.
They're like the only team that has lost 4 Super Bowls.
Oh, I think they've lost the most.
4.
Yeah.
No, actually 5, because they lost to the Bears. They lost to the Packers. They lost to the Giants twice, and they lost to Eagles.
Yeah.
So that's 5 times.
Yeah.
So,
But you're tied right now with Pittsburgh for the most Super Bowl wins too. So I think that means that you're getting there, which is a good thing. You just want to convert some of those losses into more wins, but
I think I saw like most playoff appearances since 2000. The Miami Dolphins are the only one that have never been to the playoffs. So I was like, okay, well, I can at least hang that on my cap.
But 2 records I'm glad on, if I'm being honest, that were not broken was the all-time Super Bowl, which you guys would have taken the lead, and then Drake May, he would have been the youngest quarterback taking over Big Ben to win a Super Bowl if he would have won.
Oh yeah, if he would have won, because I know the youngest one is Dan Marino, right? Dan Marino is the youngest
to appear
in the Super Bowl, followed by Drake May, but to win one,
it's Big Ben.
It's Big Ben, and that was, what year was that? 2007.
20, I don't remember. I'm that bad with dates, but that was his very first one.
Yeah, that was his first one. So I mean, it is what it is. I can't change anything.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would change, other than the Patriots winning, is like, can you at least like throw, like Drake May looked awful. Like for the first half, I think he had like 49 yards, the whole half.
Yeah, but Darnold only had like 80 something yards the first half.
Yeah, but at least he wasn't getting. I think he had like 4 sacks by then. Yeah. So I was like, this dude is not doing anything at all. At all. He looked awful. He didn't even look like you said, he was under pressure the whole night, but he didn't. Even his running wasn't like, it wasn't spectacular. Like, right. You were like, oh, he's gonna probably go like for 40 yards in this run.
Yeah.
No, I feel like every time he went for 10 and he just.
Because Imamwari would have knocked his head off. That guy is like, 6'3" or, 235 pounds, playing linebacker, played safety in college. Those are the type of like players that every team wants to have that don't grow on trees. And when you see someone that big running that fast, you get down. You don't try to run out the pocket because you're going to get killed.
Ron, this is a Super Bowl. Who cares if you get hit? You need to duck and jive and do whatever it takes. You're not tomorrow. There's no extra game after that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. This. I feel like he was protecting himself. Like he was like, I'm already injured. I better slide. Or there was no juke mood or no nothing. Like I just didn't. I didn't see him. I feel like
you're giving way too much blame to Drake May. Like I know he didn't play well. He needed to play a little bit. But what about the offensive line? What about the running game? Right? Like, what about the play calling? Everything. It's not just all on Drake May to
the ball is in your hand, and if they calling a play to pass and you're not passing on time because you're scared you're gonna get sacked.
I mean, he was sacked 6 times. You said it. Hit probably like 15 times. So
that's when you get rid of the ball. That's when you know, because if you're that scared about getting sacked, then just get rid of the ball.
But like, throw where?
Take the incomplete, like throw it out of bounds. Like
he had a lot of those,
and he definitely had a lot of those. And I think he had a lot of like just bad throws. Period. Just like missing the guy. That first interception. Like, where are you throwing it?
Yeah,
the guy was open, but you like threw it where he was instead of throwing it where he's gonna be. So like, yes, the blame is, you can split it up, but Drake May, this was not a good show. Not a good show.
Looking back, do you think they would have beaten Denver if Bo Nix played and it wasn't like a blizzard?
That's a lot of ifs.
No, but I'm asking you, do you think that But at the end of the day, were they a better team than Denver?
The roster, no. The roster, Denver had the better team. And I think Denver had a better defense. I think you could say that. But they, you could have a better defense, but if you can't score points, at least Seattle had a kicker that scored points.
Yeah.
Denver would not even be close to scoring points.
Yeah.
I think if they had Bo Nix and there was no snowstorm, I think they would have lost that game. But you could say the same with Houston. They had a good defense.
Yeah, and quarterback threw like
quarterback.
Yeah.
And you could say the same with Chargers.
Yeah.
Good defense, horrible offensive line, and no running game.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably more shocking, the fact that Kenneth Walker was, doing whatever he wanted to, basically.
Yeah. He's a good back. He got a lot of carries, so.
A lot of carries. And I was like, no, he's not. 25 carries, he's not. But he did it. He did his thing.
By the way, what you were feeling, you mentioned to feel like helpless because your defense played so well, your offense couldn't do that. That's what the Steelers have been for 3 straight years. Like, we've had top, 5 defenses, maybe not this season statistically, but we've had some outstanding defenses. Our offenses have been like horrendous. So you felt it in one game. We felt that for like 3 years, with the Steelers. So
and you kept coming back. So when something like that happens, I just be like, you know what? I'm out until they fix this. I'm out.
Remember, I said I'm out this year if they don't fire Tomlin, and he decided to walk away. So
you said that this happened over years and years and years.
I was saying it for years and years, and this year I was like, I am done. And I said like all season, like win a playoff game and you got me back, but outside of that, I am done. And then they lost. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna go find another team, and Chicago is gonna be that team, but Tomlin walked away. I'm like, I'm back in it. So, we'll see. I think McCarthy and the Steelers, just looking at them for next year, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot this offseason that needs to happen for the Steelers, but I think I like the culture, the identity, the offense first, or at least the offense getting a share of it. I don't want the defense to drop off, but I think maybe not next year, but the year after and the year after that, the team should be back in the playoffs and be a good team.
You're out on Rodgers returning?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of the stuff that I've been hearing this offseason. I want him. I think
about McCarthy calling him personally.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's the case, I'm disappointed because I want Will Howard to be the future, or I want them to draft a quarterback and make somebody else the future. I don't want a 43, 44, whatever his age is, to come in and try to fix the team because he's not the answer. And if this season didn't show you that he is not the answer, then I don't know what will be. What can prove that.
I mean, it's great that they're gonna have a quote unquote reunion, but when was the last time they played together? Like 2015?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So like 10 years later, they're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna get the band back together.
And here's the thing: you brought in McCarthy to call the plays because he's had so much success with his offense. Why would you go get Rodgers to run Rodgers' offense? Rodgers makes up his own plays, does what he wants to. That's been proven. He said it himself. So why would you have Mike McCarthy in his mind and what he can do offensively and bring somebody else that'll just say, no, I'm just going to do it my way?
He's going to overrun Mike McCarthy, whatever he play calling. He's like, no, let's do this call.
Right. Why? I don't get that, but we'll see. We'll see if he actually comes back. But I'm ready to move on.
Listen, I know that this feels fresh because we just watched the game yesterday, but I'm ready to move on as far as this team. This was the most important game of the year, and that's when their true faces showed. And I was just like, this was, not so much with the defense, but the offense. I was just like, guys, you guys didn't try. And when the telecast showed that picture of Morgan Moses talking to the offensive line. I was like, nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. You need to do more. Because even if Mike Vrabel talked to the offense, or even if Morgan Moses did, or whoever, like, it's not reflecting on what you do on the field.
Yeah.
So it was like, why? You guys need to do something else.
Well, what's the answer when you just don't have the players?
No, that's it. That you just said it. You just don't have the players.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
That's what it comes down to. It's like, you don't have the personnel. You don't have the players. This is what we got. But I feel like, yes, life gave you lemons, but they weren't making lemonade.
Yeah.
They were just like, no, we're just going to eat it raw.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that is disappointing, because that was like, okay, what are you guys giving up? Like, it almost felt that way. Like, hey,
yeah.
this is all we got. This is all we can do.
I didn't get the sense they gave up. I just got the sense that they were outmatched and had no answer, and that was it.
They were definitely outmatched. They were definitely outmatched, outperformed, outplayed by not so much the offense, because by Kenneth Walker, yes, but I can't say that Sam Darnold dominated.
No. But like I said before the game, like, the game could go one way. It could be a close game, 4.5, 5 points, and Seahawks win, or it could be a 30-point blowout and Seahawks win. There was no in between. Patriots had to play the perfect game, like they were, I thought, the first half, but maybe score a touchdown somehow, and win by like a point. It had to be like a 17-16 game or a 20-17 game or something like that for them to win.
I still was hopeful because they got the ball in the second half, but when they went 3 and out on that first possession, I was just like, I don't think this game is
right. It's
gonna winnable at all.
Yeah.
So we decided that we are going to open up season 6 with our pre-draft / free agent, because we're going to be recording after free agency and before the draft, obviously. But I know the Patriots have like a ton of draft.
Yeah, Steelers have 12.
I think that I think it's like 16, something ridiculous like that. What do the Steelers need?
They need a quarterback, obviously, and hopefully it's not Rodgers. They need receivers, multiple receivers outside of DK Metcalf. They have to re-sign the running back. Gainwell, for sure. He's a free agent, so they need to get him back.
Well, if Rodgers is coming back, Gainwell has to come back.
Yeah. That's on the offensive side. They probably need to invest in like a guard. I think their line is good. But there's a couple guys that, you probably want to build some depth. So they probably need to draft an offensive lineman. On the defensive side, they need to get younger still, I think, on the defensive line. Hayward, I don't know if he's going to retire or what. In the secondary, you need to get faster. So they got to, figure out with Jalen Ramsey what position he's playing. But, at his price, he cannot stick at the safety position. And I don't think he's good enough, like athletically anymore, to be an outside corner. So they're going to have to figure out the defensive back situation. So there's some holes. They got some things they need to figure out, but they got a lot of money. Figure out, if Rodgers come back, how much he gets. They'll have money in the cap space, and they have tons of draft picks to honestly continue like with 9 or 10 wins next year, if not, potentially more.
So I'm just taking a quick look at the free agents, the top 50 free agents, that ranking. So they have George Pickens at number 2. Does he come back?
Yeah, they said that they were going to franchise him most likely.
Oh, Dallas, yeah. Okay. And then like Hendrickson is always number 1 free agent, but I don't think the Pats are going to pay him what he wants. And then everyone else, Jalen Phillips at edge, Alex Pierce, wide receiver. I mean, there's some free agents for sure.
He would like for the Steelers. Alex Pierce would be a huge upgrade to what we have as a second receiver to Metcalf. So I can see the Steelers, and he's still 26. I can see them definitely going after Alex Pierce.
Yeah, Alex Pierce, George Pickens, and then Mike Evans. Does he have anything left?
I think he does, but again, he's a guarantee to miss 3 or 4 games. I think at his age at this point, he's had hamstring issues forever since he's been in the league, and so he's gonna miss a few games. But he's a great receiver.
Yeah, I just don't see a lot of playmakers at wide receiver for free agency. I mean, obviously George Pickens, but he might stay with Dallas if they're gonna franchise him. But Romeo Doubs.
Yeah, another guy that Steelers could probably target. I think Dobbs is a pretty good player, but you're talking about like a low end number 2, number 3 receiver.
Yeah.
And that's they need that, but they also need they need a 1A or a 1B, I should say, to Metcalf. And like I said, I think Pierce can be like a good number 2. I don't know if he elevates them to a 1B. I think they need to target receiver, like, one of these big names, and also draft someone at receiver, like in the first 2 rounds for sure.
Yeah, they have Kenneth Walker ranked at number 24, but I'm sure that ranking is going to change from now that he's the Super Bowl MVP. I don't see a lot of, well, Brandon Smith, I think he played for Baltimore. Yeah, Rasheed Walker, he was a Packers, playing for the Packers. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't even looked at how the free agent is going to work, or if they're willing to pay. I don't, because you said that
yeah, it went up. I don't know the exact numbers, but it goes up every year, and it's going up significantly. And both our teams don't have a quarterback, at a franchise quarterback salary. So there should be plenty of room to go out and spend money for both of our teams.
Well, they spent a lot of money this offseason.
On what?
On all the 30 players that weren't there the year before are now on the team. A lot of them were one year signings, but they spent. I think I saw that they're like 33 million available before they start paying luxury tax. But I compared to 126 million the year before.
Yeah.
So I know that some of those players are coming off the books, but still.
Yeah.
You spend that money, you turn the team around. Now can you maintain it? That's, and that's my biggest fear. It's this is not guaranteed you're going to be back in the Super Bowl.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
And I think a lot of teams are finding out, even if I have my franchise, once we have to pay him, you see what happened with Kansas City. There's a reason why they've fallen off.
Kansas City, Josh Allen, when you start paying
your entire defense, or you're no receivers in Kansas City, you can't afford to pay anybody,
And that's what made Tom Brady, because he was always underpaid by Bill Belichick. He was like, you know what, you're really worth $50 million a year, but I'm only going to get 25.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane.
That is insane. I know you got 6 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowls. You're only going to get 30.
Insane.
It's crazy. And, and that's, I guess it worked for 20 years.
Yeah.
Till if you're like, no, man. And now Josh Allen is going to make 60, I think.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. And I feel bad for Sean Montgomery.
Justin Fields got 20 just to be a bust. 20, so it's crazy.
Yeah, you have to negotiate.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about Tom Brady negotiate. I'm talking about, hey, you got to leave money for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
We can't put a team together with paying you this much.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
sorry, he got 2-year, $40 million. Justin Fields did, but $30 million guaranteed.
That's crazy. He's not coming back to the Jets, right?
I don't know if they're going to cut him because it was a 2-year deal. Like, what's going to happen? Because that $30 million is guaranteed. But he's probably not going to be their starter next year.
Yeah, I think he's not returning. I think he's. Well, we know that he's turned the Pro Bowl down, so
yeah,
because he had to quote unquote get ready for the season. So, yeah, so we'll start season 6. It's gonna be audio for the next couple of sessions, no YouTube, and then come August we'll do the whole roster, all that stuff, all that good stuff that comes. But overall, like, how do you feel about the season?
It went as kind of I expected. It was a good season for the entire NFL. I thought it was a good year. Lots of exciting games, probably more exciting games this season than the last few seasons.
Thursday games were good.
Yeah. Listen, I'm looking forward to next year. Hopefully it's even better. I'm not really a fan of all these international games.
Australia, I think they're gonna play a game.
But it is what it is at this point. It's just, we know it's going to happen. It's inevitable. So, but, I thought the season went well. I'm looking forward for next year.
Yeah, overall, the season was a magical season. Great turnaround. They flopped in the Super Bowl, but I don't think that, to be honest, I think that they're going to continue to win games.
How many games would you say right now are they winning next year?
I mean, I looked at the schedule this morning and I was like, that is a tough schedule. There was a lot of, I think this year they're playing the NFC North. So there a lot of Minnesota, a lot of Green Bay, Chicago there too. But then obviously the division is going to be weaker. Jets are going to be the Jets. Miami, new coach. The Bills, new coach. So I think that,
but it's Harbaugh, right? Is it? Who's the Bills coach? Is it Harbaugh?
No, it's Brady, the offensive coordinator.
Oh, so, Harbaugh's on the Giants. That's right.
Mm-hmm. It's on the Giants. So I think that, right at the bat, I'm gonna say 10 games.
Wow.
Yes.
That's optimistic.
Even though they got some road games with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But I think that they're gonna. 10 games is good.
I wonder if the odds are, I know the Super Bowl odds for next year are out, but probably not the over-unders for wins already next year. I doubt it.
I don't know.
It's probably way too early.
I know. I saw a ranking that's way too early. I was like, I'm not ready to do a ranking yet. There was some, obviously they have to get the clicks, right?
I'm going to say I'm comfortable with the Steelers getting 8 wins. That's it. 8. And that's with me knowing a little bit about their schedule, but more so about so many questions about free agency and the draft and all the holes that they have. I got to see if they actually fill it.
Yeah, I mean, the only coach coming back in that division is the Cincinnati coach.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at the Steelers schedule. Who are you guys playing this in the NFC?
Not 100% sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm so focused on they play the Jags here in Orlando. I believe it's going to be in Orlando. We'll see this year. So I'm not exactly sure.
The Jags or Tampa?
The Jags.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the Jags, they're not going to get Camping World till next year. That's what they say.
Oh, really? I thought it was this season.
I thought it was going to be 2026.
Oh, man, that's disappointing.
But it's 2027, so...
Oh, that sucks.
I know, I was ready to go see them too, but...
Well, maybe we should go to... Because we play the Patriots, right? Steelers play the Patriots in... Do we play the Patriots this year?
Yes, they do play them.
Is it in New England again?
It is in New England again. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah, but it might be freezing cold this time around.
Yeah, we won't know until May. That's when I made the decision. Do I wanna be in the cold, or because this year was perfect.
Yeah,
perfect game in September.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what kind of team they put together.
Oh, we got the NFC South. Falcons, Panthers, I guess.
Oh, that's Just winnable games. Winnable games. All right, Ron, what do you have to say to the people out there, the people of the Steelers Nation?
It's been a great season. Thanks again for everyone supporting us this season for sure. Listen, we'll be back at it again for next year, and keep sticking with us.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Thank everyone for watching. Yes, if you're a Pats fan, it was a disappointing end to a magical season. But you know what? Next year, you just experience. That's all. Experience.
Yeah.
Keep learning. Keep experiencing this kind of pain. Now you know how it feels.
Yep.
To come in second place. Basically, that's
all right. That's it, guys. That's the end of the show. Thanks so much for all your support and listening today. If you got any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to email us at simsportsmedia@gmail.com. That's SYMSPORTSMEDIA@gmail.com. Peace.